Today I met a few people. The last person that I met today was an older gentleman who just lost his wife a month ago, and they were both in their 80s. He's in his late 80s. He's currently super sick now, and he was just telling me all the great moments that he enjoyed through his lives, through the moments that he shared with his wife, and what was important about the conversation was what the message that I could get from him. Even though he was just telling me a story about his experiences with his wife, it was important to understand that I understood the importance of relationship. That relationship between those two individuals, even though his wife was no longer there, he took the memories with him. As simple as that may seem, and as cliche as it may seem, your relationships are everything. That's all you've got. Even after all the experiences, the achievements, all that you've worked so hard to accumulate, you know, all that really matters are the people who you build long-lasting, strong bonds with. And that brings me to some other important message that I want to share because a book that I was reading today, a lot of the stuff that I've been reading has been revolving around law of attraction, your vortex being closer, drawing closer towards your optimum wellness. And the only way to do that is to understand that your mind is everything. Change your mind and you change your world. That also is a concept that for a lot of people is very difficult to understand because that's not the way society has has taught us to approach things. Society, right when you were young or when you're a toddler, you have this infinite curiosity. You just want to touch everything and learn everything and experience the world. But then we go through school, and these people who are called our teachers and even our parents, from and what they're doing, they're just doing their job. Your parents are trying to raise you and keep you safe and keep you alive. Your teachers they've been charged with the job of educating you and preparing you for a career or a world out there. But what the education system has done wrong to a lot of us is snuff that curiosity out of us. A lot of us that curiosity that we had at a young age, just they drive it out of you through methods of teaching that are clearly antiquated and just not as effective. Now, I don't want to make generalizing comments to say that all education is wrong, but most of it has failed us. Failed us because it doesn't encourage you to constantly learn, to constantly drive yourself, to accept the world, accept that the external forces are not what you should be concerned about. What you really should be concerned about is yourself, building yourself, creating your mind in a place where you are accepting of that you are enough. I'm enough. Me, Namdi, I am enough. And if I want to change my environment, if I want people to treat me better, then I need to treat myself better. I need to eat the right foods. I need to exercise. I need to keep up with my health checkups. I need to spend a lot of time developing my mind spiritually, giving myself information. Look, the stuff that you feed yourself on a day-to-day basis, that's what molds you. That's what determines who you become. Because when you step out of there, we're driving, we're going to work, there's all these ads, there's all this external stimuli. We meet people, we constantly in coming in contact with external stimulation and information, most of which may some of which are helpful and some that are not helpful to you. Uh, but how you insulate yourself from negative data corrupting your mind is by spending so much time during your quiet hours training your mind to be Teflon, reading materials that make you capable of withstanding negative knowledge or negative data or negative information. So, there are two things that I want to stress upon here two things. One is the relationship, like I said, and the second thing is guarding your mind. Your mind is everything. You know, it's easy to be afraid, and fear comes in different types of forms and shapes. There's fear of poverty, there's fear of loss of love, there's fear of of death, fear of illness. There's fear of everything. There's fear of things that you don't even have control over. But as an individual, as a mortal, we are mere mortals, but we are also gods. We are gods because this is one organism. This whole universe is one organism. It's one mind. So once you start to understand that the universe is like you, me as a human being, as a complex organism, I'm only an extension of the universe. So if I want to change the universe or to reflect how I want it to be, then I need to start with myself. The man in the mirror. Stare at the man in the mirror and try to change that person. Change that person to look like what you want him to be. Study that thing that you want to learn. Study it feverishly. Memorize it, read it day and night, and then it becomes you. You want better relationships? Treat others better. Serve people. Live your life in service to others. And that's how you actually bring or attract that same energy back to yourself. So once you see yourself as an extension of the universe and you want the universe to be a better place for you, then change yourself. So I leave you with those two messages. Nurture your relationships. Change your mind. Guard your mind. Train your mind. Change it for however you want it to be so that you can live your best life. You can live your optimum, how God created you to be.